Hello, my besties. It's me keeping it crafty, y'all. Okay, so this is a trash to treasure DIY. And that glass vase is from the candles that you buy at Walmart. And because I always throw them out, I thought it was a good idea to just turn it from trash to treasure, y'all. So I'm going to make a planter with that glass vase and paper scrapbooking paper, and a piece of yarn. At the end of it also, I'm going to add a touch with a pistachio, the not the trash part of it. Yeah, so we're going to get crafty and create this trash to treasure, and it's going to be a planter. You can put either real plants in it, or you could go ahead and put fake plants. But we're going to get it done looking stunning. Now I chose that burlap type paper because my home is boho type natural theme, but you could use any type of paper that you want to create this style, or you could do anything with those vases, but they make very great planters for small areas if you want to add some plants to it. So I'm going to cut the scrapbook paper to cover the surrounding area of the glass, and I'm going to add that paper to the flat part of the glass because the glass does have ridges. So you're not going to put it on the ridge section, you're going to put it on this flat surface so that it lays flat. So I'm cutting this to the measurement to go all the way around, and I have to add two pieces together to get a full coverage to go around the glass vase. So I'm going to hot glue one piece to the other, measure, and then cut. And then I'm going to hot glue it again to let it stay on the glass. Now, I did it this way, and then I realized at the end that I needed to put some Mod Podge because I'm going to put real plants in it. And, because it has to be watered, I didn't want to mess up the paper. So if you're going to put real plants in it, you see right here where I'm gluing it, go ahead and add the Mod Podge or school glue, mix a little bit of water to the vase, and then add your paper afterwards. And then seal it with the hot glue gun. As well as if you have Mod Podge, it will seal by overlapping. So that's the only thing I did here, and you'll see me add the Mod Podge later. Then I'm wrapping a piece of yarn around the neck of the glass, and this is to add the other pieces of yarn that I need to create like a net, like a fish net. That's what I'm gonna do. Now this part is going to be a little bit harder to explain, so I would suggest to slow it down and you'll see what I do with it. I'm cutting at least 15 pieces of 20-inch long yarn. And the reason why I did 20 inches is because it's better to have more than have less. And there you could tie that piece that I put around the neck. I'm threading. I overlap the 15-inch piece, and I'm threading it through, and it's like knotting it on the piece that's around the neck. The piece around the neck is to hold it in place, so I could create a knot and have all 15 pieces surround the top of the vase. So then I'm gonna once I tie those 15 pieces, I'm gonna create knots to surround the circular part of the vase. I'm going to double knot. So the top part of the vase will have triangles. Now in between each triangle there'll be diamonds when I knot the other section. So like I said, just slow this part down because I don't know how to really explain it fully, but it's creating knots. So you see how I did the top now. See where I went in and add the Mod Podge. That's when I decided or thought to myself, wow, I'm going to be using water. So let me just create a repellent so that the water does not mess up the paper over time. So I'm putting the Mod Podge in. Yeah. So once it's sealed, so now here we are again with the knotting. So it's double knot. You're going to knot twice. Now, There you see the diamond is created. So each loop has 2 strings. Each string you're going to tie to the other set of string that's beside it. So that's how you're going to do it. The first layer is like a triangle all the way around, and then the second layer forms a diamond. So if you slow it down or just pause, you'll see. But it's like a fishnet. And if you need better explanation, just go on YouTube. Just look up how to create a fishnet, because that's how I did that. But I'm doing knots. It's a form of macrame, but I didn't fully do a macrame type thing. These are more knots. So now I'm adding a little bit of glue because I wanted the top of the glass. I wanted that space because I'm going to put a decorative rim on it. So I pushed it down all the way down to the paper, and I added a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place so you wouldn't see any rough edges or any imperfection at the top. And then now once I'm finished with my diamonds and my triangles, I'm going to stop once it reaches the end of the vase. And then I'm going to hot glue it all the way around also to hold it in place, because I'm also going to put a braided trim around the base of the glass also. So there you go. I'm hot gluing it to the base all the way around. And as you can see, it's like knots. So now here I am. I'm braiding some of the yarn, and that's what I'm going to use to be the accent trim that goes around the top and the bottom of the vase. At the top, there'll be 2 layers of braided yarn, and at the bottom, there also will be 2 layers of braided yarn, camouflaging the entire top and the bottom. So you see now I'm adding that braided trim all the way around with some hot glue. And I put it all the way up so that the imperfection to the paper where it ends also will be hidden. And then you complete that. Now I'm just making a slight tassel because I just want a little bit of interest to my vase. So whatever yarn I had cut off from the bottom, that's what I'm using to just make a tassel. And what I do, I gathered some strings and tied a knot around it to keep it in place, and then added some glue just to hold it in place. Now these are the shells from the pistachio nut. I never throw them away when I eat it because I find it to be a very good look when you're doing anything natural. Oh, by the way, here I'm also adding Mod Podge to the top of the trim again because these are real plants and I have to water it. So that also helps to create a repellent so the water does not soak through anything. And then I'm cutting the trim to suit, the length of what I want. And there you go, y'all. So now the area that I'm putting it in, I needed a riser. So I just used the tumbling block to just create a 4-part, it's like an X, to put it underneath my vase. You don't have to do that, but the area that I'm putting it at, I needed just a slight rise of the vase off the counter. And that's what it looks like. And there you go. So if you want, you could slow this video down just to get the gist of what I'm doing. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and I do appreciate your time. Again, God bless and keep it crafty. Peace, y'all.